It's just me and Bruce Lee over here. Wait, that's Karate Kid. What am I doing? Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing yet another no-buy video. I think the no-buy community or the low-buy community has grown significantly over the past few years, especially with a couple of people coming, the forefronts of it. So I think that sharing our ideas on how we can go about it can really be beneficial to the community. So for today's video, I wanted to share some tips, tricks, ways to go about a no-buy that I feel has helped me, and doing that by condensing a lot of the ideas with a few more that I've shared in previous no-buy videos, and just focusing it on strictly how to do or how to go about your no-buys and ways to kind of alleviate and kind of subside the not the pressure but the urge to buy things. I think it's fair to say that people that decide to go on no-buys, it more often than not, I'm not going to say that it happens for everyone, but a large percentage of us go on no-buys for a reason. I don't think people usually just wake up one day and think, man, I think I should try going on a no-buy. I think it comes with time. There's a process to it, and the usual trigger is, man, I spend a lot of money on makeup. It's almost to a point that and it can be very subjective, but where you yourself feel like it's too overwhelming. That amount can vary from person to person, but when it becomes overbearing, when it becomes time consuming, when it comes almost obsessive, I think for most people, again, that's what triggers us to go like, I need to slow down a little bit. Let's take it back and revisit what exactly we're doing and see if we can do a no-buy or a low-buy to get ourselves grounded. So the first thing I want to do is more focused on YouTube and the content on YouTube that I feel helps the most. The first being haul videos. Now, haul videos can be dangerous, and that's the reason I'm mentioning it. And I particularly bring this up for people who are easily influenced to buy things. If you know that you watch haul videos and feel like, man, I gotta have that, I would I just try to avoid it. Haul videos is like, hey, this is out, look at what I bought. This is what it looks like, swatch it. Oh my God, it's amazing. Most especially because you just got it, so you're excited. So it doesn't really give you or allow you the time to review the product, justify why they bought it. It's exciting, so they're gonna be like, wow, it looks amazing. And then you go, wow, yeah, that is amazing. I wanna buy it. Try to refrain from haul videos. I also like the idea of anti-hauls, but not necessarily to watch it for watching's sake, but more so to watch it and kind of take in the technique of anti-hauling. Some anti-haul videos are humor-based and some are just very more like rational. And I focus more on the rational anti-haul videos because I think it's healthy to look at something and not be impulsive and really go, do I need this? Do I have this? What purpose would it serve me in my collection? Is it something that I feel is more, of a daily use as opposed to I'm going to save this for Christmas time? And so watching people rationalize when it's something that is not necessarily your strong point, I think it helps you understand the thought process. And it may not be so that you're going to make a video about anti-hauling or justifying purchases, but more so for you to do that while you're trying to battle yourself on whether or not you want to purchase something. Allow yourself to pause and really think about the purchase that you want to make, because a lot of us are very impulsive. We just look at something, it looks pretty, and we're like, wow, I need it. Take your time. More than likely, it'll still be there. And if it doesn't and it goes away, makeup has become so widespread, so known, that at this point, if you can't find something that was out 2 months ago, there's a very high chance that someone duped it already, and you can find something very similar to it if you felt like you really wanted that product. There's something out there. There's something out there. Makeup has been so, like, it's recycled almost. It's just like different packaging, different play on, color placement, different brands. But it's almost certain that there's a dupe for every possible shade, every color, almost every texture that you could possibly think of. Now, if you already have a hefty collection, again, subjective. If you have a substantial collection in your mind, in your judgment, here are some ways I feel to go about the no-buy. Number one is to make it a habit to shop your stash. It's a very great concept. I love the idea of shopping your stash. I didn't even know what it was called until I got it into no-buy videos and low-buy videos. And I think the concept is amazing. Looking through your collection and very intuitively picking out products that either go well together or products that you haven't used and just want to challenge yourself to apply onto your face, and then determine whether it's worth keeping in your collection. I think it's a very healthy technique, a strategy to use to get your collection downsized and condensed to the point where you know that this is all you really need to get your perfect makeup routine and vision for yourself available. Does that make sense? I felt like that sentence didn't make sense, that thought process. I hope it went through, because I don't even remember what I was talking about to try and revisit it. The second point goes into shopping my stash, and the latter point that I make in that when you look through your collection and try things out and it just doesn't satisfy you and you feel there's no real purpose for it, declutter stuff. Decluttering, I think, is very healthy. I know that it's hard because you know that you spent money on it, and if you can make money back, whether it's selling it online, selling it to friends, or if it's just for charity purposes, but allowing yourself to be okay with downsizing to a point that makes you happy with every single item, and doing that rather consistently, because one thing that you might like today, you might not like 3 weeks from now. And so just getting rid of things to get rid of things, I don't think that necessarily helps you with that justification purpose of like, do I really need it? Let me try it out first. I didn't like it. Now I feel a little bit better about giving it away, as opposed to just be like, no. If you can do that easily, great. I'm more so talking about like, I have 50 lipsticks. I want to have only 25. You don't have to get rid of it then and there. I think if you can try things out, shop your stash to declutter, I think that's a healthier phase, because again, the reasoning is there. The justification is there. Another idea is to look at new products if you're able to stand a haul video and fight the temptations. If you see a new product that you like and you have already a pretty substantial collection, there's a very high chance that you can either dupe it exactly or dupe it enough so that it makes no sense to purchase an entire palette. A couple of videos back, I duped the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and I think I got pretty spot on. And when that palette came out, it was everywhere. And I think that a lot of us who are on no buys are able to do that. It's not, again, necessarily to make a video, but more so to look at your collection and realize that you pretty much are going to be able to dupe very closely, or enough so that you really don't need the new release. A lot of us have enough neutral colors, warm and cool. I'm pretty sure we have you know, enough colors to do a colorful eyeshadow look. And if you don't, maybe then you can justify a purchase. You know what I mean? So it's all of these techniques kind of coming together. But just go at your collection and just try and curate something. Try and curate that eyeshadow palette that you want. And then that'll be and serve as your reasoning as to why you don't need it. And going along with that, the next point is to try your best to, it's more so a thought process. It's not that I have a problem with it, because I see the reasoning behind it. You want to be able to look at an eyeshadow palette and be able to use what's there. But you know, when sometimes when people say it's not like a cohesive palette, a lot of times when you see an eyeshadow palette, you can curate looks out of it. But I personally don't see the problem with, oh, I want to use these 3 colors, but I really want to use a brown, a neutral brown. It's not here. I can easily just go to my collection and get that neutral brown. It's not that big a deal. And that way you're using multiple items in your collection and you're really making use out of what you have. So instead of being like, man, I have this all purple palette in my collection, but that new purple palette has like the purples with the neutrals. It's more cohesive. Just take your purple eyeshadow and pop open one of your neutral shadows. There you've got that new release. Pop everything out and just look at it and be like, you, and you. Okay, these 4, this is what we're using today. You can get that new release palette with everything you've got. Trust me, it doesn't have to be all cohesive in one palette. Now, a great way to kind of keep track of what you're saving is to make a list of items that you know that if you weren't on a no-buy or low-buy, you would actually purchase. Because technically you are saving it. If you're on a no-buy, if you're on a low-buy, you are in a place where you are telling yourself you cannot, you will not, you don't need. And so in that sense, you are saving money. And for some people, it can just be, you know, put into your bank account and you just use it as you will on other things. Or you can take out that money and put it off to the side and use that as a savings. Maybe you want to go on a trip somewhere. Maybe there's goals that you have in mind. And so you can make a separate list of things that you want to do, things that you things that you want to put your money towards, and then use that saved up money for those things. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like 2-part list. The money you're saving and a list of things that you want to get done that has nothing to do with makeup, like life goals. I guess you can call it bucket list. And you can go about it that way, or you can just do the whole like savings. Just how much are you saving? And you're going to realize very quickly that even though like we just buy 2 or 3 things here, when you look at it from afar, like from a month perspective or even half a year, a whole year, that money racks up. We spend a lot of money on makeup. It's almost disgusting. And so those of us that are on a no-buy and are wanting to save this money to stop ourselves from overspending on things that we don't really need or use, I think it's healthy. I think it's a healthy realization that, hey, I can go without having all these new releases, and I enjoy having this extra money in my pocket to do all these other things. And I guess maybe that the reasoning that I'm talking about is not what everyone is trying to do, but I think the skills that we all share amongst us helps us get through it. Maybe our destinations and goals are not, identical, but how we can get there, I think we can learn from each other. So, that's the whole purpose of this video. And I think always visiting your collection is is very healthy. Don't just go through your collection once and feel like, okay, I got rid of everything that I didn't like, or everything that I will never use. I'm going to use everything now. Constantly visit your collection. Allow yourself to, kind of do an inventory of what you have. Take all the skills mentioned or things that you're doing yourself if you learn from other people, and always try to make it like the purest, most basic necessities that you need. What size that is will vary from person to person. My collection is still crazy. It's crazy. It's still crazy. But, I'm going through the process of just being okay with my collection. And right now, my collection is okay for me. I like to think of makeup collections very similarly to a library, like where you have a small library and a big one, where if you're in a small library, you can really see what's there and you can take it one at a time, and things are more memorable because there's not so much to look at. Where like a big library, when are you ever going to go through it? It's very similar in that sense. And so for me, as I'm going through this no-buy, as I'm trying to really hone in on what kind of makeup I like, what I feel like I need to have, and what I can do without, it becomes more intimate to me and not so much a store, which was what I initially was trying to create. I wanted to create a store, and it just was like, what? Why? I think that people who are still wanting to buy makeup, who find true happiness in buying makeup, people will eventually get to that point. The time it takes to get from here to there will vary from people. And I think when people are ready to go through the no buy or low buy, or focusing on their makeup purchases and their expenditures, it'll happen. Don't rush people, because I wasn't rushed, and I felt like I really took my time. I sat with myself, decided to do this for me, and I'm continuing on because it's truly what I want to do. Some people can do it and just force themselves to do it, but I think when you're ready for it is when I feel when you're ready for it is when you truly give and dedicate yourself to it. So I was ready for it and I did it. And if you're doing it, we got this, guys. We got this. And if you're starting it, you got this. We got this. We got this. We are going to succeed in this no-buy. You, me, Bruce Lee. I actually got this shirt in Hong Kong 2 years ago. When did I go to Hong Kong? I don't even remember, but I got it at a flea market. It's so awesome. It's Bruce Lee. Alright guys, why do I always clap my hands when I say alright guys? Alright guys, thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope that you guys find it helpful, and if you have more tips, again, leave it down below for me to read, for others to read. Let's share ideas, and let's get through this no-buy. I know we can do it. We can do it. If you guys like this video and have not done so already, go ahead and click the red subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys like this makeup look that I have here, go ahead and check me out on Instagram. First link in the description box down below, where I will list all the makeup products that I use to put this makeup look together. Thank you guys for joining me in this video. And till the next one, I hope you all are doing well and taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys. Yankees! It's not that I don't like the Yankees, but I'm an Astros fan. I just don't have an Astros hat. Baseball season is coming up, guys. Baseball's gonna start soon. I'm so excited.